I'm ready if you're ready. You're the brightest thing that I ever did see.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Confessional Magazine. I'm here today with Mike Marino. He's a wonderful comedian out of New Jersey. Thank you for being here today, Mike.
Oh, absolutely.
So I know the snow's not stopping anywhere. The ice won't stop here, and but we gotta shed some light somehow. Right? Yeah, that looks good. I love it. You've got your statue. I've got my best costume requiring least effort award.
Nice.
Yeah. So Mike, so how did you get started in the comedy world?
I never set out to be a comedian. I was an actor since I'm a little kid. I grew up doing TV commercials in New York City, anywhere from potato chips to hamburgers. When I moved to Los Angeles when I was 28, everybody out there said that I was funny. And so I started going to the Comedy Store in Hollywood, trying to become a comic as well. I always said I was an actor playing the role of a stand-up. And I ended up enjoying it. And it was easier because you can create a career as a comedian, whereas an actor, you kind of had to wait to get on auditions and somebody to book you in something. So rather than wait, you could create it. And now I'm addicted. I've been doing stand-up for 25 years. I've been all around the world cracking jokes, and I love it.
That is so much fun. So where is the craziest place you've performed?
You know, luckily, I've gotten to go seriously all around the world, from USO comedy tours in Afghanistan and Kuwait to Canada, and coming home to New Jersey and California, different parts of California, every state you can think of. And there's always going to be a crazy story, and you never know where that story is going to be the craziest. But you start to forget because I was luckily doing so many shows. Sometimes I was doing shows on cruise ships, and there was a time where some of the audiences didn't speak English at all.
What was that like?
For some reason or other, they loved it because they like that Jersey. Hey, how you doing? They're like, hey, how you doing? So
because you're like the guy that they see on TV that has the accent. But they're like, oh, man, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people. I'm going to whack people. I'm going to kill like Italians we kill. I'm like, I didn't say that, but okay.
What was it like going on the USO tours? That's got to be just an incredible journey.
Way back when they originally started, or when I originally started going, we went to Japan, and you're on American bases and you're entertaining the American troops. But when you leave the base, then you can experience everything and anything. And then when we first went to war with, Osama bin Laden and all of that noise, we went from Baghdad to Kuwait to Kosovo, Macedonia, and it's just really unbelievable because you're seeing parts of the world that you never would have seen. You see a war-torn country. Then you go on the American bases and you entertain the troops like Bob Hope did. In fact, that statue right there is Bob Hope. That's the Bob Hope Award for the USO comedy tours given to me by the Laugh Factory, I think about maybe 6-7 years ago. So it's the Oscar for stand-ups.
That's incredible.
Want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, my dad is gonna love this. This is so cool.
There is Bob Hope, USO comedy tours, and so this is the Oscar for stand-up comedy.
Wow.
I won an Oscar.
You did it.
It's
That's
funny, isn't it?
incredible. What a cool thing. So now I know that you do your Mike Marino Live and the Not So Late show.
Yeah. Well, the live show that we've been doing is Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, and it's called Live from My Mother's Basement, because I really am in the house that I grew up in, and downstairs is my mother's basement where she did all the cooking. and where the kids were raised. That's where we had our playroom and play toys and play clothes. And then the adults came to have macaroni on Sunday. And that's what we did on Christmas Eve, all the holidays. Everything was down in the basement. You could do your laundry and cook at the same time. It's the best. So I do that on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. We air it on, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then recently I created the show with my producer out in Los Angeles called The Not So Late Show. Because it's not really the late show and we don't do it that late. I want to have a variety show. I want to be with other entertainers. So I'll have a comedian, a musical guest, and we'll do some sketch comedy.
That is so much fun. I mean, I can't wait to be there. I know you have one coming up on February 28th.
With Jacqueline Marfuji and Arthur Colombino, who's the musician. And it's $5. Not even $5, $4.99 or $4.95. I don't even know how much it is to watch my show. But you could throw $5 away.
Right, throw it at a comedian, because you guys are the people that are making the rest of us survive right now, honestly.
Hopefully we can find some comedy in all this tragedy. We usually do. We usually do.
Yeah, and it's a great thing. And for $5 on a Sunday, like, what else? I mean, football's over.
Yeah.
Turn on a comedy show.
Point. Yep. Only $5. I'll give you back your nickel.
And what can you tell me about, your stand-up? How do you pull your material or do you get out there and it's all just off the top of your head?
No, everyday life. I write about what I see. I started off with my Italian family roots, which is all based on my family and, of course, in the real roots, the way things really are. And then I spin off into what I see, and now it's about getting older, life changes. And I started doing the characters that were familiar with me and my life from when I was younger. And now they're actually coming to the forefront. So I do a character, Uncle Tommy. Yeah. And Uncle Tommy was my real uncle, but he used to say the craziest things. And he'd screw up everything that he was talking about. And we, as kids, you just laugh. You're like, I can't believe he believes that. But he did. And so I started doing him as a character. I have some people in my family that are, cross-dressers and, lesbian and gay and whatever they are. And I thought it would be funny to impersonate them because they really exist and they enjoy it. And I did it on stage a few times. Now I created the character Michelle, who she is whatever you want her to be, but she don't hurt nobody and she's funny and silly. And I did it on stage one night and people were screaming because as an actor, I want to show range. Yeah. I want to show that I can actually become someone else. So I become the old man, I became the girl, and I also have a surfer character named Mooney, who he really existed when I was younger because I was a big time surfer with my friends down on the Jersey Shore. And there was a guy named Mooney and he was dude. And I'm like, he's so cool. But he never had a job and he was always in shorts, even in the winter. So I'm like, dude, that's what happens when you smoke that much marijuana. So
it'll happen.
That's what I'm doing now, and I have them all talking to each other. I'm very excited. I just did one, which is a mockumentary or a mockery on when the characters sell products on the internet. It's for 99 cents, you could get this. For $1, you can get that. So I figured I could get Michelle to do that. Yeah. Actually, my producer came up with the idea, and I'm really psyched about the new one I got coming out.
When do you think that'll be coming out?
I don't know. I work really closely with my producer. Her name is Tatiana Bluchel, and she comes up with the coolest ideas, and then my character brain takes it from there. So in some respects, you really got to give credit to the people behind the scenes that do this stuff, like yourself. Like I wouldn't be on a show if I didn't get in touch with you or you didn't get in touch with me. So there's these people who are behind the scenes that never really get acknowledged too much, I think. So that's the way I started taking the characters to the next level. Otherwise, I don't think I would have even have thought of it.
Yeah. I know. So these characters are so cool. And do you sit down with like your actual, your cousin that you're doing this about to be like, hey, like I need to like get to know you a little bit better?
Well, yes and no. Sadly, some of those people have passed on. And the ones that aren't or who are alive, yeah, they like to give their input, and they're kind of like, are you sure? You sure you want to do that? I don't talk like that. I'm like, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Roll tape.
I wouldn't say that. Well, I would. That's the joke. I mean, if you look at some of these things that are on the internet about products, here is a chip clip, and it holds your potato chip bag closed after you open it. And you can get 3 chip clips for under $1 at the 99-cent store. And you watch these people talk about these items. And it's so fast and it's so crazy that I thought, okay, along with my producer who really came up with the idea, she was like, watch these people and then you do it in your mind. And I'm like, okay. So I would go to the 99-cent store and I buy the dumbest products. And then I went home and I said, okay, these are blue toilet drop-ins. You drop them into your toilet and the water turns blue. So take these drop-ins, put them on your eyes, go to sleep. In the morning, you'll have blue eyes. But I did it as Michelle, the character, and it makes no sense. But
well, at this point, you need to put a label on it with what happened with the Tide Pods.
So I think it's stupid and funny. And then I saw this bubble machine, when you blow bubbles. When you were a kid, you poured and I'm like, oh my God, it's 50 cents. Let me have some bubbles. So I was blowing the bubbles in the recording and I'm laughing at myself going, this is so stupid. But this is going to make somebody laugh because I'm laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at the bubbles, look at the bubbles. I'm on fire. And then I'm like, oh my God, there's a catchphrase. I'm on fire.
Yeah.
Plus my stage persona is, hey, how you doing? How you doing? So it makes sense for the character.
Yeah. You're just like spreading joy through all these different characters. And I think it's just so great that you have the ability to create all these different layers to yourself.
Yeah. You never know what somebody's going to say, but so far, if you think about it, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
People exist. So you can't get mad at me.
Exactly.
They exist, and I exist. My parents really are from Italy. There's no baloney here.
Yeah. So what can we expect to see from you in the future with your other stand-up shows?
Well, luckily, in the midst of this pandemic, I do have some theaters. So anybody can find me at mikemarino.net. The theaters start in March. Jacqueline Marfuji is going to be with me March 20 at the Count Basie in Red Bank, New Jersey. Very famous theater.
Yeah.
Social distancing. Instead of 1,500 people, there will only be 150. But we sold out one show, so we'll add another show. Hopefully add another show. March 27, I'll be at the Mansion in Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. I could tell you March 11 through 14, I'll be at the Tropicana, which is the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas. And then, as you said before, I'll be at the Off the Hook Comedy Club March 31st through April 4. And then all the Boca Black Boxes throughout Florida, April 9, 10, and 11.
It's got to feel so good to, at this point, just be able to, the light at the end of the tunnel with getting out, I'm sure a lot of your energy, because you need to be in front of people. You need to feed off of that energy. So like the light at the end of the tunnel is here, and it's got to feel so good to be getting back at it. Yes.
Well, before the pandemic, I was one of the luckiest guys in the world, man. I probably was on stage 6 nights a week somewhere around the world. I didn't want to take off. I love performing. That's my medication. I
Yeah.
don't do drugs. I'm not a nut. And I just want to get back on stage. I don't know what it's called, the adrenaline that you get, the
Endorphins.
endorphins, that's the word. The endorphins when you're on stage in front of 15, 1,600 people yelling and screaming and cheering, you're just like, bah, boom, this is great. I don't need to eat. I don't need sex. I don't need anything. I just want the audience.
Yeah. 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 And it's coming back. It's coming back. And I'm so excited about that for
Please come back.
everybody.
Please come back. I want to go back on tour.
Yes, we need more of those.
I need to cut a new album.
Yes. Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining me today. And it was so nice to get to know you a little bit better. And I can't wait to be at I'm going on Facebook to watch your comedy show with Jacqueline Marfuji and Columbino.
Yes, Arthur Columbino.
Arthur, I was gonna say, yeah, I knew it was an A. Arthur Columbino, and that's gonna be on their Facebook, and you can go to Mike Marino's Facebook on, just type that in. Is it Mike Marino Live?
All my social media is at Mike Marino Live.
Yeah. Okay, so
no
type
longer
any of that in, and make sure you just go to the show. It's on a Sunday. It's gonna be a ton of fun. And I just can't wait to see what else you guys bring for the future. And I just thank you so much for just spreading this joy and the laughter, because we all need it, and appreciate you.
Thank you for letting me confess on Confessional Magazine. I'm a nice Catholic boy. I couldn't wait to confess. Now I can start sinning.
Until next time. How many times a year do you have to confess? I don't know. I'm not Catholic. All right, Mike. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.